we really can't go too far out of the way here without talking about probably the saddest story on hockey this year. And, in Calgary, there are probably two voices of hockey that people will always resonate with, and it's Ed Whalen and Peter Marr. And across the nation, the one person that has probably spoken to more hockey events than anyone else was Bob Cole. You to think about, I mean, people talked about the 2002 Olympics. I remember he did Rendezvous 87. He did the Wayne Gretzky retirement game. I think he's done a Stanley Cup final for every Canadian team that went to the final: the Oilers, the Flames, the Canucks, not the Leafs, obviously, the Canadian and the Senators as well. I believe he called that series with Harry Neal.
Yeah.
So this has been a fabric. He was a fabric of Canadiana, no matter which fan base that you cheered for, and that sort of is. It was a really sad day. It was kind of it was a soundtrack of hockey. We lost on Wednesday.
Yeah, much. His impact is much the same as Foster Hewitt, who ushered in Canadian hockey fans into Hockey Night in Canada after he retired after the Summit Series in 1972. The next big voice for hockey, period, on CBC was Bob Cole.
The voice of a generation. You think of. I look back at my childhood, and there's four voices that helped me fall in love with hockey. Bob Cole, Jim Robinson, Jim Houston, and Peter Marr. And it's you think about some of his calls. Everything is happening. It sucks. It sucks that one of the people who was the voice of a part of my childhood, part of our childhoods, part of our lives is gone. And he's Canadian royalty.
A legend. Yeah, there's not too much I can add that hasn't already been said. Maybe just because of how much I've kind of locked myself into just watching Canucks hockey, especially more regional stuff. Like, I haven't been exposed to too much outside of like the national games, which obviously would have been Bob Cole for a decent chunk of my youth. He's undeniably a legend. Oh Baby is something that I will always tie back to him. Everything that's happening as well. Nothing but respect for the guy. Kind of wish that I would have maybe heard more games from him growing up, but for me at least, for me, the voice of Canucks hockey is always going to be whether it's a Jim Houston or a John Shorthouse. But when it comes to national games, undeniably Bob Cole was the voice of Canadian hockey.